हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हो? आपका स्वागत है त्रिपान स्टडी सेंटर में। आज जो हम करने जा रहे हैं सोशल सर्टिफिकेशन यानी सामाजिक सत्तीकरण काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण है। ये टॉपिक हर एक क्लास के बच्चों के लिए महत्वपूर्ण रहेगा। आज हम इसमें मीनिंग, टाइप्स, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स सारे विषय में विस्तार पर चर्चा करेंगे और हर एक पहलू पर जो है नज़र डालेंगे। इसमें देखा जाए तो ये हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों ही माध्यम में आपके समक्ष रहेगा, तो ये काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण रहेगा। ये पॉइंट व्यू रहेगा तो ये और भी काफ़ी महत्व रखेगा। लेकिन आपको पता है, टॉपिक स्टार्ट करने से पहले एक बात जो मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, जिसको आपको सोचना भी चाहिए, विचार भी करना चाहिए और इवन अमल भी करना चाहिए, वो ये है कि जब भी वीडियो देखिए पूरा देखिए, क्योंकि अधूरा जानकारी सदैव खतरनाक होता है। साथ में एक इंपॉर्टेंट बात ये भी रहता है, अगर आप पहली बार वीडियो देख रहे हो तो लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना, क्योंकि दोस्तों लाइक कीजिएगा तो बनाने वाले का मनोबल बढ़ता है, सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा तो इससे ये होता है कि जब भी मैं कोई वीडियो डालूंगा उसका नोटिफिकेशन आपको समय रहते मिल जाएगा। और देखिए, शेयर का मतलब ये होता है कि आपके थ्रू न जाने किन बच्चों को हेल्प मिल जाए, ये आप भी नहीं जानोगे, इसलिए जो है आप शेयर जरूर करो, ठीक है। व्हाट्सएप स्टेटस पे भी लगाओ। दोस्तों एनएसएस सेंटर जो कई मानने में बहुत से बच्चों के लिए हेल्पफुल है, चाहे वो 8th क्लास हो, 9th 10th 11th 12th हो, चाहे वो एनआईएस बोर्ड के बच्चे हों, ठीक है, चाहे बीए एमए के बच्चे हो, सभी क्लासों के लिए कुछ ना कुछ जो है त्रिपान एनएसएस सेंटर में उपलब्ध है। तो इसलिए आपके लिए ज़रूरी है कि आप सब्सक्राइब करके इसको चैनल को जो है सेव कर लो, नहीं तो बाद में अगर रिसर्च करोगे तो शायद आपको ये चैनल प्राप्त ना हो। तो इसलिए सोचना नहीं, विचार नहीं करना है, सब्सक्राइब करके जो है अपने पास सेव करना है। दोस्तों ये तो बात था आपके लिए, लेकिन अब देखते हैं हमारा आज टॉपिक क्या है। टुडे वी डिस्कशन मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक हियर, सोशल सर्टिफिकेशन. Social certification is the most important topic here. And the next and last topic here, certification and caste. Certification and caste, that's important here. Under the caste system, a status is a heredity. It is a based on birth. It is a properly as a ascribed status. That's important. It is a based on birth. It is a purely an ascribed status. Once such a position are assigned, they cannot be advance and improve their social status in any way. And the caste as a major types of social certification does not facilitate vertically social mobility. That's important line here. The caste as a major types of social certification does not facilitate a vertically social mobility here. The next, social certification and class. Social certification and class here. Class is an open system. Class is an open system. Under this system, vertical mobility is absolutely free. Under the system, vertical mobility is absolutely free. The movement from one status to another has a no barrier. There is a no barrier, and status is based on achievement. The status is belong here based on achievement. It is determined by the talent, wealth, money, intelligence, power, education, income, etc. of a person, and there is no inheritance of parental status. That's important line here. There is no inheritance of parental status here. The next here, gender. Gender is important. Like a caste and class, gender is another kind of social certification system. Like a caste and class, gender is another kind of social certification system. Gender phrase is the oldest and permanent source of social certification. There is a gender phrase is the oldest and permanent source of social certification. but within there is a border arches of caste and class and gender cut across the caste and class. In present day Indian society, caste and class or gender are dynamic phenomenon which vary between two group, communities and religions. That's important here. The present day Indian society, caste, class and gender are dynamic phenomenon here and which vary between two groups, communities and religions here. Recently here have a witness as a thorough and spirited discussion on gender. It has acclaimed critical address within the Indus as the concept and as a set of practice has occurred during the last 3 decades. That's important here. The origin of the concept gender can be traced to the 19th century women as a movement and is a Marxism. There's a Marxism that's important. There is a origin of concept gender can be traced to be a 19th century. There is a woman as a movement and Marxism, but it is a seem to be have a first appear among to the American feminists and who want to be reject a biological determinism here. There is a reject here of biological determinism here and feminists refer to a term gender than sex. But the term gender means much more than sex and more inclusive than a sex. It is a socially constructed category rather than to the biologically determined. The gender of man is the masculine and a woman are feminine. And neither a man or not a woman is a sex alone. Gender refers to their social, constructed and culturally determined role that a man and woman play in their is a day-to-day lives. And gender is the most pattern or significant and numerous useful and ethical concept used by the feminists. That's important here. It is a matter of social descriptions or social cultural construction and provide a deeper analysis of the inequalities and existing between the male and female. It is a refer to the social institutionalization of sexual difference. In a feminist literature, gender is not a value-free concept, rather a value-loaded term and has acquired new dimension. It is a conceptual tool for analysis and is used to be highlight different structural relationship of the inequality between man and woman. That's important here. It is a conceptually tools for analysis and is there used to be highlight different structural relationship of the inequality between man and woman. That's important. As a social constructed difference and relation between males and females, it is a vary from time to time and from place to place. That's important. There is a social constructed difference and relations between males and female. It is a vary from time to time and from place to place. Gender is defined as a social construction of relation between woman and man and among various group of women and men. Feminists consider a gender as the social, cultural manifestation of beginning a man or woman. That's important. There is a gender is defined as the social construction of relation between man and woman and among there is a various group of man and woman here. That's important. And let's see different types of things of sociologists here. First come here according to Anne Kabir. Anne Kabir, that's important. Gender is a seen as there are process by which the individual who are born into the biological categories of male or female become the social categories of man and woman through the equations of the locally defined attribute of the masculinity and femininity. That's important here. There is a most important things here and cap here. That's important. And the second here, according to the masculine, that's important thinkers here. The gender can be defined as a notion that offers as a set of framework within which the social and ideology, construction, and representations of the difference between sexes and explained. That's important things here are given by a must fill there. That's important here. The next here, thinkers according to the ILO. That is the most important here, ILO here. Gender refer to the social difference and relation between man and woman, which are the learned, which vary widely is among our societies and cultures and change over time. That's important given theory here. The gender refer to the social difference and relation between man and woman, which are learned, which is a very widely is among the societies and culture and change over time. Thus, the gender involves a power structure. Gender involves as a power structure and economical relationship here. It is used to be analyzed the role, responsibilities, constraints, needs of man and woman in all area. It encompasses the social division and culture distinction between man and woman. It is a play an important role in the shaping of institution and practice in every society. That's an important point because gender involved to power structure and economical relationship here. Gender is here, power structure and economical relationship here. That's important. And let's see gender and sex here. Gender and the sex. That's an important topic here. The term gender does not replace the term of sex. It is a necessary to be distinguished between the sex and gender. The distinction between sex and gender is fundamental and sign many differences between males and females are not a biological in a origin. That's important here. That's important because the distinction of between sex and gender is a fundamental and sign many differences between males and females are not a biological in origin. Sex refers to be a physical difference of body, where as a gender refers to be social, cultural, and psychologically difference between two males and females. That's important here. Gender and sex. Sex refers to the biological difference between male and female, which are much more the same over time and space, whereas a gender refers to the socially and culturally constructed difference and relation between males and females, which vary from place to place and from time to time. Sex refers to the male and female, whereas a gender refers to the masculinity and femininity here. And gender is a structural feature of society. That's important point here. Sex refers to the biological difference between male and female, which are not more than the same over time and space, whereas gender refers to socially and culturally constructed difference and relation between male and female. That's important point here from exam view. This topic was till this. We will do their next topic in the next part. If you like it, then please like, share, subscribe, and share the video as much as possible. Do not think, subscribe and save in your mobile. Thank you.